So today's topic is going to be about energy vampires, okay? And spiritual warfare. And they drain your energy, okay? Energy vampires can also be identified as, monitoring spirits also, okay? So I dropped down some 6 points, important points to know that you are under spiritual attacks, okay? Or spiritual warfare, and how to basically protect yourself from it, okay? So we are going to go to the 6 points now. All right, so get ready. So the number 1 point to know that you have an energy vampire in your energy that is just sucking on all the good things and giving you negativity, making your life just like a living hell. A vilifying person is one of the hardest energy vampires you can meet, okay? This person is worse than a snake, okay? A vilifying person in your life is also the definition of a virus in your life. A vilifying person or a friend or someone you know that is a vampire energy, and I would say vilifying is someone who is like a venom, okay? When they come to your party, okay, and you bring them around your close friends, your close family, okay, they will make sure that they talk really, really bad about your close people, okay? They will tell you that everybody is against you, okay? And then a vilifying person, if you are friends with them, you find yourself that you're not talking to your close people anymore. You're not talking to your family members. You're not talking to your friends anymore, because that person have turned you against your people, okay? So they will come and tell you a lot of lies that maybe your sister said this and this about you, and then you go and you have a big breakout with your sister, okay? And then they'll go around your back and go and tell your sister that you said this and this and this about them, okay? And then by the time that you know it, okay, your whole family circle or your whole friend circle, right, is going through chaos. Everybody's attacking everybody. Everybody's insecure because, that vilifying person have made themselves the important person in the group, because they just has destroyed everybody else's character. And I feel like they do that because they do that because they just want to ruin your reputation, okay? It's all in hopes that they want people to accept them as the better person. Really, they are not, okay? You have to run. You have to run for the hills. Run as far as you can. If you have to block them, block that person. If you have to run to a different state, because this person, okay, if you stay around their circle group, okay, they can go so far with the lying, the deceiving. They're trying to ruin your reputation to the point that you have a whole group of communities coming for you, because most of these vilifying people, they look innocent. They look like they don't do no wrong. They look like they're mostly like ahead of, groups, and everything they say, you think that's what it is. But normally, they can be really, really dangerous, okay? Most of them, they are like church-like girls. Those church-like girls, you think that they will not hurt an ant, but you all need to be careful. So if you find a vilifying person in your group of circles, your close circles, if you find a vilifying person in your group of your close circles, block, delete, and run, okay? All right, we're going to move on to number 2. So the spiritual attacks that people go through normally is because people see that you have a bright light. You have a brighter light, okay? and because of your star that you came on this earth with, okay, the people around you may try to steal it, okay? And normally when that happens, most people who are just wicked, okay, they will go as far as going to the juju man, okay, or they will go as far as going to see a spiritualist that can manipulate energy, okay, in terms of basically changing your star, okay. So, and if they attempt to change your star and they can't change your star because your light is so bright, okay, what they will do is they will try to attack you mentally, okay. They will try to put the spirit of madness on you, okay, because a wicked person wants something that they can't have, and for them to have it, they will do anything, to the point of when you see that, you have to make sure that you are praying a lot and you are doing a lot of spiritual cleansing also, okay. Number 3 will be social media, of course, you know, vampire energies and the use of social media, okay. You can definitely get hijacked on social media, okay. You can start seeing things on your social media that is intimidating to your reality mind, okay, in the reason of trying to basically intimidate you or scare you off or make you, loco. Mental health is really important, okay. When you're going through spiritual warfare, like, you should always protect your mental health, okay. If you have to delete your social medias for your mental health because you're not strong enough to take these kind of forms of attacks, please delete your social medias. You know, as a mental health nurse, anything that you can do to protect your sanity, please do it, okay. Because the amount of filth that these wicked people, they'll go through, they will go low to make sure that you're sick in any kind of form. If they can't get you sick with just regular sickness, if they poison you and you're still not dying, they'll go through social media hijacking, making sure that you see intimidating images, okay, so you can lose your mental. So at the point of going through warfare, if you need to delete your social media for a while, please do that, because we have a lot of sick, wicked people, okay, the warlocks, the witchcraft, and just a lot of people who just want it the easy way. People are lazy. They don't like to work. They like to manipulate spiritual things to get what they want, you know. Lazy people do that. Lazy people with wicked mind, that's what they do. They're lazy people. Because you would think that if you want to be blessed, if you want to be rich, you have to work hard. But no, most people want the easiest way. So they'll go to the juju man or the spiritualist to try to take your destiny for themselves. But they don't know where you're coming from or how hard you work to be this blessed. So you need to protect yourself a lot, okay? Protection is really needed. Delete your social media. So number 4, to identify that you are under a spiritual warfare or you have energy vampires equals monitoring spirits around you, is stalking, okay? These people will stalk you, okay? They will stalk you because they want you walking around panicking, thinking that someone is trying to hurt you, okay? It's not anything you did, okay? It's a spiritual wealth battle. They want something they can have, okay? That's why, okay? So They will stalk you a lot. You know, you can be driving and you have somebody following you for like almost 10 minutes straight. The minute the person see a police, they will branch off to the next exit because they are scared that the police will cut them, that they are stalking you. Okay. Stalking, you know, with someone who's study demonology. Okay, I know that stalking is equals to spiritual possessions. Okay, so a demonic entity can possess someone and use them to do their will. Okay, and most of the possession, it manifests a lot. Okay, you can be talking to somebody. Okay, and if you were playing maybe whiskey in your house, okay, you go to the mall, the monitoring spirit that has been sent to monitor you, a stalker, will come to you and say, oh, guess what? Do you know I also like whiskey? And you are like, this is a complete stranger. How did this stranger know that you were just dancing and jumping around with your kids in your house playing whiskey? Now you went to the mall, you have a monitoring spirit telling you that they like whiskey also. Okay, or you may tell your friend that you're going to the store for potato chips. Okay, you go to Kroger's and somebody will pick up the mark and say, today all the potatoes are on sale, and you were just there to buy potato. So they will do this a lot, that it will come to your awareness. When it happens, that is a sign that you were under a spiritual warfare. Okay, you start doing your spiritual cleansing. Okay, I think paying homage to your ancestors, lighting candles for your ancestors, it's not a demonic thing. Okay, it's not a demonic thing at all. So you can always do that. I feel like I respect my culture, you know, because my culture is really rich. I'm African. Okay, so I don't play about where I come from. I don't play about my culture. I don't play about my ancestors. Okay, so respecting my ancestors help you be basically protected also. I think if you can light candles just for your ancestors, light candles for the Holy Spirit, light candles for the Most High God, the Creator. Okay, your ancestors will be in there guiding you from all of this spiritual manipulation that is going on around you. Okay, they'll protect you. You will start hearing directions in your head on how to move and how to deal with the attacks that you're going through. Okay, God knows. If it wasn't for my ancestors, child, I would not be here right now. So let's move on to the next topic, number 5. So number 5 would be religious places. Okay, and when I talk about religious places, it's not just the church, the mosques, the guru healing, you know, places also. You know what I mean? And the churches also. So we all know that demonic entities can operate everywhere and anywhere. Okay, so when I talk about religious places, the mosques is part of it, the guru healing places is part of it, the churches are part of it. Okay, you can definitely be assigned by a spiritualist in one of these religious places, okay, to just attack you because they see something about you that's unique. Okay, you can be assigned to them. So when you're going to spiritual warfare, okay, be careful where you go to worship. Okay, and sometimes if you are a chosen being, or if you are close to your ancestors, or if anyhow spirit communicates to you, you can pick up on a demonic entity introducing themselves to you through a pastor or through a guru or through a spiritual person. Okay, One time, one of my stories that I have one time, somebody that I know was having a child crystalline, okay? The minute I step into the city, child, all the vampire energies. That person that I know was acting up. I went to that person's church. The pastor started preaching. It turned out to be a whole demonic entity introducing themselves to me. I mean, this pastor read me down from head to toe. I was so shocked. The whole time I'm like, oh my goodness. When he finished preaching, he went on to say, in this church, we don't kill people. Can you imagine that? I was like, wow, thank you, Jesus, that I'm not dead. From that going, I wasn't surprised. I was like, ooh, you're supposed to go to a spiritual intelligence person to talk about your attacks. I didn't know that we have entities also operating in the churches and in the healing places also. That was interesting to me. So I think one of the Bible verses, it says that we are fighting against demonic principalities that runs and rule the world. Okay, so if you happen to go to a spiritual place or a religious place, and you find out that there is demonic possession ruling around that facility, just be quiet, take your bag and move slowly. Walk away and run as fast as you can. Don't ever go there again. It will be humiliating ritual. Okay, so the ones who possess this kind of spiritual attacks, they're influencers. Okay, so they look for the ones who have more followers, that are more like influential, okay, on social media. They use them to attack you. That's when you know that you're being spiritually attacked. Okay, your self-confidence should always be high. Don't ever let a human being who bleed red just like you try to intimidate you, okay, or try to ruin you, or try to bully you, because most of the time they're intimidated by, or most of the time they're trying to silence. Okay, so stay beautiful, and don't ever, never, never, never let somebody who bleeds as you put you in a corner. Okay, stay blessed. Have a lovely day today. So that is basically today's reading. Okay, have a beautiful day. Okay, and grand rising. All right, stay blessed and stay lovely, stay beautiful also. Okay.